Welcome to this preview of HERMAC Summit 2011. Today's program features a conversation with visual journalist Eileen Clegg. Hosting today's conversation is Beth Bondi, Director, Acquisition Management Office at BMO Harris Bank and Chair of the Summit 2011 Program Committee.
Eileen, thank you for taking the time to speak with us today. We are looking forward to having you join us at Summit in November.
I'm looking forward to it as well. Thank you.
You call your work visual language. Can you tell us a little bit more about what you do?
Yes, I call myself a visual journalist, and that what I use is visual language. And what we do is work with many types of organizations, helping facilitate new conversations where there's emerging knowledge, where new ideas are being discovered and explored by groups. Using visuals helps to frame new concepts. We use visuals in a very intentional way based on a lot of research, really cross geography and cross time, where visuals are, of course, an international language. This helps us to show how ideas are connected, ground ideas in literal landscapes, so that when at this time in our world, when we're having so many changes, and we all have to be very adaptive, we're able to see complexity in an integrated way. So that's what we do with our visuals. And I spent many, many years as a newspaper reporter, journalist, book writer, so I have a background in writing. And so I call myself a journalist because we are doing the same thing, which is, taking notes on the story, only in this case we're taking notes on 4 by 8 foot murals using images as well as words.
Sounds wonderful. So share with me, why is it useful in business settings? I know you hit a little bit on it before, but what do you think the participant will take away as far as the applicability in their business?
Well, in a conference setting, as we're having, this will be an opportunity for people to be exposed to this. It's really a technology. It's as old as the caves of Lascaux in France, what's 14,000 years or something. It is a technology for communication that we're now migrating onto the web. So it's a very powerful form of communication we will expose people to. Of course, in small groups, there's a different use, similar, but a little bit different. In a large group like this, what people will see is their experience from the conference recorded really all along the walls as they go along. So usually, and I saw your lineup of people, it's an amazing lineup you have, and very rich content-wise. And so in some ways it might even be like a fire hose of information. And as we know, we're all inundated by so much information. Now, being able to see those ideas recorded in a kind of visual outline will help people absorb the information and hold on to it in a little different way. Now, when there's a lot of cognitive background to why this works. One is called cognitive dual coding, so that if you hear an idea and you see an image associated with it, you're more likely to remember and be able to integrate it. So that will be very helpful when we go through the gallery walk at the meeting afterwards. People will see, for example, if you have a very provocative keynote speech, which I know you do, at the end of the day when we go through the murals, people will remember what they were hearing at the time when I drew whatever picture it was, maybe a mountain or a pyramid, and that will help people then go back to what they were thinking at the time that they heard that information. So we'll have a kind of an alternative record. Instead of at the end of a meeting, a lot of times we used to have abstracts, we'd have summary reports, even books out of a meeting. But as we know, people just really don't have time to read through those. We're just moving through our experiences so quickly. So at the end of the meeting, we'll have, I believe we'll have a website up with the images on it. People can go back and look at the images from the day, and that will help them remember all that new information they received and what they felt about it, so that they can then take that back into their day-to-day lives.
And is it easy for the participants then to relay, because quite a few of our participants may be one representative from their team or the leader from their team. Is it easy for them to use this as a way to share what they learned or what they took away?
That is such a great question. And really, it's the ideal situation that people understand ahead of time how they can use these murals. So a lot of times people take notes, and this will provide them with an outline, a visual outline. So what they can do is, well, they'll have the murals as a takeaway. Then, instead of a PowerPoint or again as a report, or even in addition to a report or integrated into a report, they can have the visuals as the big picture of each session. And we've seen people use these in so many really innovative ways. Sometimes they'll just use it as an illustration in a report. Sometimes pull a section out of a mural. We can do so much with the web now. You can go on and take a snapshot of a part of a mural, put it on a PowerPoint. So this is for people to use any way that they like, whatever points resonated with them as, being able to bring value to their company, enable them to create some transformational thinking in their company. They can take either the whole picture, the whole series of pictures, or parts of a picture, and use that to help them tell their story from the event.
That sounds great. Well, I'm looking forward to, myself personally, to watching you work through the whole day in the conference. We appreciate you joining us and giving us a little insight of what we're going to experience, and we really look forward to seeing you in November.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I am greatly looking forward to it as well. It sounds like an amazing event, and really looking forward to being there and to meeting you.
See Eileen's work and hear from thought leaders at Summit on Tuesday, November 8th. For registration information, visit us online at hermac.org.